about you guys, but I sure am glad I didn't spend all day yesterday washing my bike.
I did.
Now we know who to blame for the rain. So 30 years ago, I had the opportunity from a guy named Rod Clark to join this outfit called Freedom of the Road, and UMV is now part of that today. Rod is certainly with us here in spirit, but his legacy lives on with us as well. Rylee Clark, I'd like you to just wave your hand so everybody can see you. His daughter, Rylee. 30 years ago, I joined this operation because I really was in touch with the U.S. Constitution and the Vermont Constitution, and I felt like the government was overreaching, trying to tell us what to do when we rode a motorcycle. That was 30 years ago. And this year, for the first time, I've seen a crack in the door. You may not know it, but as of July 1st this year, there is no longer points associated with your helmet violation should you be stopped. Now there's a message behind that, and it goes like this. When that issue got to the Senate, it was a 14-14 tie. And the person at the podium is the person who gets to break the tie. And the guy who broke the tie in our favor is the guy who definitely needs a collection for some new reindeer. And I'm very proud to introduce our Lieutenant Governor, Phil Scott.
Thank you very much, Joe. And you know, that day, that was probably one of my easier votes over the last 16 years. It was the right thing to do because I do believe that we all should be able to do in this country what we want. And freedom is so important. And I do believe in public service as well. And I've been serving for 16 years now. And I look across the crowd here and I see a lot of public servants. I'd first like to acknowledge, again, any vets here, anybody, any military vets, raise your hands. Thank you so much for all you've done for us. We can never repay you for all you're doing for us every day. But again, you know, we have a rich history of generosity in this state. We may not be the most affluent state in the Union, but I believe we have the most compassion. We have the most generosity of any. So with this outpouring of help and all of you coming out today, it just shows how giving we can be. And this little bit of rain, you know, it's a warm rain, a little bit of rain is nothing compared to what you've done to some of the folks that are going to be beneficiaries of all your goodwill today. I'd like to thank the Shriners as well. My dad was a Shriner 50 years ago. Thank you so much for all your good work. And again, you know, we have a lot to be thankful for in this state. We have a lot of work to do, and I look forward to serving you in the future. So thanks very much for coming out today, and I look forward to seeing you on the road.
Thank you so much, Governor. We would like very much to give you a free UMV membership. It's our way of saying thanks. We could have someone fill that out for you. We thank you so much. It's been awesome you came to join us today. Very nice. We will give this to my next guest. Thank you very much. So this year's potentate is traveling, could not be with us today, so to stand in for him is Bruce Peltier, here to represent Mount Sinai Shriners.
Good afternoon, everyone, and I really want to thank you and express Ken's misgivings about not being able to make it, and I want to thank you on behalf of both of us, Mr. Ken and Mount Sinai Shriners, for coming out and partnering with us for the last 30 years and bringing toys, gifts of toys, and financial gifts that help support our children in our hospitals. If you don't know, Shriners support 22 hospitals in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. We treat burns victims, spinal and orthopedic victims, and and cleft lip and palate injuries for children. I just want to say thank you very much, and I appreciate you all sticking in on a wet day. And without ado, actually, I do have one more advertisement. We do have Miss Vermont here with us, Rylee Field. I'm not trying to introduce her, I got a little advertisement going on here. I would invite you all to go to your Facebook page, or go to Miss Vermont's Facebook page, and vote to bring Rylee into the top 15 at the Miss America pageant a little later this year. Thank you very much.
And Bruce here was from Governor, Lieutenant, Governor. I called you Governor already. Freudian slip, right?
He's not here this week, so I am the governor.
A very generous check, thank you. And yes, she has been such a good sport. She rode through this rain and still looks awesome. Please welcome Vermont 2016 Miss Vermont Rylee Field.
I don't know if awesome is the right word. She looks wet. But thank you so much, everyone, for coming, and thank you, of course, for having me. I'm from Montpelier originally, so I've seen this event for as long as I've lived here. I'm 24, so almost all of it, thankfully. And, you know, supporting children and children in hospitals is something that's really important to me as Miss Vermont. We support the Children's Miracle Network hospitals nationally. So to have the opportunity to support the Shriners and the children that they serve on my own as Miss Vermont is really special. And, you know, the sun's coming out now, and that's good enough. But yes, you can vote if you have a Facebook page to vote me into the top 15 at Miss America, or you can just sit on your couch and watch it September 11th at 9 p.m. on ABC. And then, you know, you can just see me around the state since I go to things like this all the time, and it's so welcoming to see all these faces and to really get all the support from you all, even on a rainy day, even when